Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the candidate showcase for the District 3 2024-2025 year. We have some great candidates. They have gone through the district leadership committee, and they are dedicated in improving themselves, their leadership abilities, and serving back and giving back to the district and the members. We're excited to hear from them this evening, and I'm going to turn the meeting over now to past international director, Michael Holian, distinguished Toastmaster.
Thank you, Steve. Welcome, candidates. Welcome, fellow Toastmasters. The Candidate Showcase is an opportunity for you to learn more about your candidates, and it will take a format of a question and answer session. Each unopposed candidate will be asked one question. They will be given 2 minutes to answer that question. After 2 minutes, they will be muted. I will be timing the event, and I will put a red background up when 15 seconds remain to answer. Our opposed positions will be given 3 questions with a total of 6 minutes to answer. They can choose up to 3 questions with 6 minutes to answer. They can choose to answer 1 question for 6 minutes if they see fit, or they can come in less than 6 minutes, but they will get timing: green at 4 minutes, yellow at 5 minutes, red at 5:45, so they know they have 15 seconds left, and then they'll be muted at 6 minutes. All candidates will be placed into a breakout room. When you come out of the breakout room, we'll do a quick audio check, making sure we can hear you and you can hear us. After which I'll ask the question. And when you start I have 2 members of the DLC, Bobby O'Connell and Emmy Bauer, who will be asking the questions. And the timer won't start until you start to give the answer. Are there any questions? With that, I'll ask our Zoom Master Jin to move the candidates to the breakout room.
All candidates except Sarah have been moved to the breakout room.
All right, you're going to keep an eye on participants. So if a candidate joins late, you'll be able to quickly move them to the breakout room?
Yes, no problem.
Thank you very much. I'll get the timer up on my phone. Good evening, Sarah. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Good. Everyone heard Sarah?
Yes.
Okay, Sarah, here comes your question.
Hi, Sarah. What are the most important decisions you make as a leader of District 3? What are the most important decisions you make as a leader of District 3?
Thank you. The district director has a tremendous responsibility, and one of the most important decisions that the district director and I would make as district director is really selecting the teams, because our members in our clubs and our officers count on the district teams, the leadership teams, the area directors, and the non-elected officers to provide experiences outside of the clubs. When many members step outside of their little cocoon safe sanctuary of their club, it's for the first time at a speech contest or at TLI, and that's their first experience outside of the clubs. And the teams that put on these events, the teams that help clubs to achieve their goals and to achieve the district mission truly are what makes the Toastmasters experience valuable to all members. So I would say the biggest decision is who's on the team, and then what are their goals when they're striving for what they're going to do for the year? What are their goals that they hope to achieve? That's all I have. Can I make a closing statement, maybe?
Sure.
All right. So members, it's really time to attract new members and be the supportive community where individuals can develop their public speaking and leadership skills in a supportive environment. So as your district director, I'll work to build high-performing teams to ensure our club officers have the resources and experiences for their members, but also themselves to achieve the Toastmasters mission. I hope that you will support me as district director for District 3. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. I didn't have to mute you. Sarah, you're welcome to stay. You can see how everyone else did. We'll go fetch Tom. Next up for program quality director is Tom Tabani.
Tom was here, then got disconnected. Oh, Tom is here, sorry.
Hello, Tom. Can you hear us?
I can.
Okay, we can hear you as well. All right, I've announced you already. We're ready for your question. Let me get my timer ready. Go ahead.
Hi, Tom. Your question for tonight is, are major events such as TLI and district conference directly contribute to district distinguished clubs? What are your plans to increase both in-person and virtual participation? And once again, are major events, including TLI and district conference, directly contribute to distinguished clubs? What are your plans to increase both in-person and virtual participation?
Thank you for that question, Emmy. I truly believe that TLI doesn't necessarily contribute to just distinguished clubs only. It contributes to all members, and it's available to all members to participate in. The reason I say this is because we do have people who do not want to follow the distinguished club process, and that's completely on the clubs themselves, but it's still open to allow people to get the education portion out there for them. As for the conference, I think the conference is available for everybody as well. I don't think it necessarily contributes to distinguished clubs either. We do see that a majority of distinguished clubs and their members do attend overward. So we would just have to come up with some better marketing to come up with ways to persuade our members to attend. I know a lot of it comes around with price point for some of these, and unfortunately in the day that we're in today with the economy, we do see that things and prices are increasing, and we kind of just have to make sure that we members have to budget. I know I have to budget for several events across the year that I participate in so that I know that I can afford to attend them. So it's just a matter of having a budget in place for them, for the members. And a good way we could do that is if we had a payment plan process in place, which is something that I'm not objected to, but just something that we can follow up to make sure we give it the attention we need to allow it to all members. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. Tom, you're welcome to stay.
Perfect.
Our next position is Club Growth Director. We have two candidates. We have Habib Islam and Jill Kipnis.
Hello.
And that would be Jill Kipnis there. Hello, Jill. How are you?
Hello. I'm well, thank you. And you?
I'm well, thank you. And your audio works just fine.
Good.
Again, your timing lights will be green at 4, yellow at 5, and red at 5:45 with a cutoff at 6.
Okay.
All right.
Hello, Jill. Your question for tonight is, how will you work with the program quality director to increase membership and retain members to benefit the Distinguished Club program? Again, how will you work with the program quality director to increase membership and retain members to benefit the Distinguished Club program?
A piece of the program quality team is the distinguished club, I'm sorry, the distinguished Toastmaster chairman. And I would like to have the club growth team work with that team to make sure that we have the people in place who need and would like to support our clubs, either by being a club coach, a club sponsor, a club mentor. The teams do work so closely together, and I really do anticipate continuing to work closely with the DTM chair in finding the people to help fill those roles. Also, again, the Speechcraft and Youth Leadership Program also falls under club growth. So again, finding the people who would like to support our members and support our district and support themselves in achieving their DTM by working with the club growth team in supporting our members and growing our members. Thank you.
So your next question is, how do you plan to reach beyond your immediate circle of friends to recruit committee members or achieve the district mission and goals? Again, how do you plan to reach beyond your immediate circle of friends to recruit committee members or to achieve the district mission and goals?
I've had a great opportunity through all of my leadership opportunities in District 3 to meet a lot of people outside of my club. So I do intend and have already kind of started to reach out to some people outside of my club, because it's really important to get a lot of different perspectives and views and experience not only in Toastmasters, but in outside organizations. So I would really like to use that network of the people I have already worked with and met outside of my club to build my team and to help support the district and the members, and really finding the right people who have the right skills to fill those roles, not just to have people fill them, but to have the people who have the right experience and the right skills to help enhance the role and to, again, support our members. Thank you.
Jill, your last question tonight. What is your 1, 3, and 5-year vision for District 3? What is your 1, 3, and 5-year vision for District 3?
Well, I think the 5-year vision is for the district to become distinguished and to have distinguished clubs. And that really starts in year 1, which would be this coming year. My goal, or one of my main focuses, is not only to build new clubs, but to really support the clubs that we have and to give the members the tools that they need to become successful. Because success goes both ways, right? The club is successful, and therefore the members are successful, or the members are successful, and then the club becomes successful, and then everyone above becomes successful. As I had said before, really working with the DTM chair and finding people to be strong sponsors and mentors and club coaches to help support our new clubs with sponsors and mentors. Building a training actually for the sponsors and mentors. Toastmasters gives no guideline on how to fill those roles. So I feel like it's really important for us to be giving the tools to our newest members on achieving success so they can continue to grow. So again, in year 1, really building a good foundation for and continuing to grow the members and supporting them as they come on board, and then continue to support them in the next 3 to 5 years so the district can become distinguished and continue to be distinguished as the years go on. Thank you.
Jill, those are the questions we had for you. Do you have a closing statement you'd like to give?
I just want to thank everyone for being here today. I've had a great experience so far in Toastmasters. Certainly did not know what was in store for me when I signed up in 2017 to join my club. But I've had a great experience meeting all of you, working alongside with all of you, sharing my talents with Toastmasters and learning new skills. So I do appreciate your being here tonight, and I appreciate your consideration of your vote on Saturday. Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you very much. You are welcome to stay.
Thank you.
Jin is fetching Habib. Hello, Habib. Can you hear me? We're not hearing you. You appear to be on mute. There you go.
Now
Try
you can
again.
hear me.
Yes, we can. All right, thank you very much. You ready to go for your questions? You heard the instructions? 3
Yes.
minutes. I'm sorry, 3 questions, 6 minutes. If you have time at the end, you're welcome to make a statement.
All right, Habib, your first question. How will you work with the program quality director to increase membership and retain members to benefit the Distinguished Club program? Again, how will you work with the program quality director to increase membership and retain members to benefit the Distinguished Club program?
Thank you for the question. I was assistant program quality director for District 41, but this time I'm applying for the club board director. As in a program quality role, what I have learned that there is a year-round program to develop our members through training. And also we provide an opportunity for all the Toastmasters to participate in the contest. In this process, we have year-round events that member can take this opportunity to develop their public speaking skills to the next level. Beside this, what I have learned from my previous experience as a program quality director, this is going to be the executive position for the district, and it takes greater responsibility to represent the district to Toastmasters International. And I believe that if I take any of this opportunity, I will be there with my whole heart, and I will take this opportunity what Toastmasters International provides to help and develop our members to become better version of themselves.
Your second
you.
question, Habib, is how do you plan to reach beyond your immediate circle of friends to recruit committee members to achieve the district mission and goals? How do you plan to reach beyond your immediate circle of friends to recruit committee members to achieve the district mission and goals?
This is very important to have the right person in a right role for a right reason. And I believe in Toastmasters, we have many members who are not into the leadership position, but they have vast experience in specific areas. I will definitely reach all the qualified members who can contribute district and or who have the good intention to take our district into the next level. To form the committee, I will prioritize the experience of a Toastmaster, then my personal connection. It should not be someone who I know best. It should be someone who knows the community best and vice versa. And they should be someone who represent the community in a very positive way to the international arena. Thank you.
And Habib, your third question is, what is your 1, 3, and 5-year vision for District 3? What is your 1, 3, and 5-year vision for District 3?
For me, it was totally unexpected that I belong to District 43 during the pandemic. While the whole world got more connected through Zoom in Toastmasters community, I got this opportunity. And what I have learned from this district is one of the oldest district in the world. And last 10, 15 years, we went through lots of ups and downs. And I believe that if we develop a strategy for last year's experience, we can be one of the top district in the world. My intention will be to be a part of a team who has the winning mindset, who wants to take District 3 as one of the top 5 districts in the world in terms of training and quality, at the same time, membership growth. The size of Arizona is twice bigger than my country. And I believe that there is a lots of opportunity to grow Toastmasters in Arizona, especially in corporate organizations, where we can reach, we can deliver representation of Toastmasters, and we can show them how the Toastmasters education program will benefit their employees to become the leader they want to have in their organizations. So my top 3 goals will be developing leaders for the future. Secondly, bringing a training culture in District 3. And finally, to contribute in a massive membership growth for District 3. Thank you.
You have a few minutes left. Would you like to make any other statements?
Thank you, sir. I just want to have one message. In Toastmasters, the transformation story inspire other potential members to contribute in this program. When I was a part of an online club in 2016, I didn't realize that I will be part of a district beyond the border. First year in my Toastmasters experience being online, I didn't even take any role. I just watched and learned what other people are doing. But when I become a part of the District 3, it has given me an inspiration and energy for transformation. Now I'm serving the district as a district officer, last 2 consecutive years. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. But I didn't have to mute you. You're quite welcome to stay in the room at this point. Our 2 candidates for Division A Director, Chris Pettit and Barbara Schumacher, are not available. So we'll move on to our Division B Director candidate, Sarah Cowan. Hi, Sarah. How are you?
Good evening. Hi, Michael, everybody.
All right, Sarah, you ready to go?
I am.
Okay.
Hello, Sarah. Your question tonight is, how has your prior experience prepared you for the role of division director? How has your prior experience prepared you for the role of division director?
So my entire experience, not just in Toastmasters, I believe has prepared me for this position that I'm putting myself forward for. I'm not a long-term member of Toastmasters. I joined in May 2021. So although I have a couple of years as an officer in my club, for the last year I've been an area director, and I see the benefit of the wider audience than just one club. And I was, it really helped me grow as a Toastmaster member to go do those club visits. And now that I understand the benefits and how to approach a struggling club versus a very successful club, those are skills that I'd like to be able to potentially coach area directors in in this role. And that's something that I do all day long in my, I was going to say my real life, in my real job. So I think I have those skills, Bobby, where I would like to coach and mentor to grow and also to support. So I see the trio and the work that the trio does and the support organization. I want to help. I don't want it to fall on just a small few people. I'd like to be able to play my part to make Toastmasters successful.
Thank you, Sarah. Sarah, you're welcome to stay in the room.
Thank you.
Our next division has 2 candidates, Abhijit Roy, who just entered the room, and Ryan Burns. We'll start with Abhijit. Hello, Abhijit. You heard the instructions at the beginning. 3 questions up to 6 minutes, 4, 5, and 5:45 for green, yellow, red. Okay.
Hi, Roy.
I mean,
How has your prior experience prepared you for the role of division director? How has your prior experience prepared you for the role of division director?
Thank you, Emmy, and thank you all the members present here. Well, I was prior in the role of the area director in District 3 and also currently serving as the Division D director. So with these 2 leadership roles in hand, it has given me immense experience and exposure to understand the nitty-gritties of the issues being faced at club level, being the area director, and also taking up the leadership one step ahead to be the division director along with the area directors. So there has been times when ups and downs and challenges has been there, but then with the experience with me being on the ground, playing along with the area directors, along with the team, and understanding what and how things can happen, I think that experience has made me even stronger as a candidate or even as a human being, as a person, to reapply for this position as a division director all over again, because it's not just about the experience, but the interest and the learnings that you get that you continue to share along with the other extended teams.
Your
Thank you.
second question tonight is, what skills do you think are important for an effective area director, and how will you foster these skills? What skills do you think are important for an effective area director, and how will you foster these skills?
Thank you, Bobby, for that question. What I feel either to be an effective area director or division director or any other leadership role that you play within Toastmasters, a few things which is important is to be very patient. One is the first, I believe, is that because you need to deal in with a lot of people with different psychologies, different mentalities, different challenges. You need to be very patient about understanding their problems, their point, and their stance. The second part, what I feel is just not patience, but also decision-making skills. So you may have a lot of things right in front of you with different people's opinions and feedback, but then you need to take up the stand to decide of what you want to really get out of those inputs that you have. So data is something that I feel that data comes in raw, but information is that you pass on when you filter it. So even in leadership, you have the same thing. You get a lot of feedback, a lot of things right in front of you, but you need to filter it out and come up with a more collaborative solution. So patience, and then decision-making skills, and finally, you need to be vigilant about what you do. You have to keep your ears and eyes open all around what's going on, and then come up with whatever constructive decisions that you come along with. Thanks, Bob.
And your third question is, how will you provide feedback to your area directors? How will you provide feedback to your area directors?
Thank you, Amy, for the question. Well, what I feel providing feedback is in different formats. It can be either in the format of not just about the first thing is pick up the call, pick up the phone and talk the best possible way. And I have been very, very successful in doing that with all the area directors that I have been working with. It's just about a call away. Just send them a text saying that, okay, we need to discuss on these parameters, on these principles, or on these stands, and seek availability. Once you're there, you just pick up the call and then talk. Because when you have open conversations, there are lots of other ideas and stuff that come forward, and a lot of problems and solutions can be sought after if it has to be. So best way is to have a verbal and open-ended conversation. Either it could be directly on the phone, or it could be on Microsoft Teams, that's the online medium, or on Zoom. And if you think that decision has to be really quick and you do not have ample time to convey message to your area directors, write them an email or write them a WhatsApp message and try and understand from them as to what they feel. So first is the verbal communication, and then a written format of written communication. Thanks, Amy.
Roy, you have inside a minute. Did you want to add anything?
No. Thanks,
Right.
Mike.
You're welcome to stay. We'll bring in the next candidate, Ryan Burns.
Check. Mic check. Can we hear me?
What are you saying?
I
Yes, sir. We
was getting to know Chad really well.
It's getting a little quiet in there. All right, you're ready to go.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So Ryan, your first question tonight, how has your prior experience prepared you for the role of division director? How has your prior experience prepared you for the role of division director?
Toastmasters, thanks so much for being here and really being part of the Arizona community. District 3 has been such a big part of my life. Starting in 2018, I was, I'll say voluntold by someone through work to join Toastmasters. They said that it was going to be something that transformed my life and gave me the ability to do better at work. I tried a few different clubs and found Dobson Ranch Toastmasters and this community that cared about being the best version of yourself, growing, pushing yourself, and getting an occasional elbow and rising to the occasion. For me, the first time I got that elbow, it was 2 weeks in, and they asked me to be sergeant of arms. And then I became a president within 6 months and an area director. It was such an incredible experience. I felt like I was taking all the information of Toastmasters from a fire hose. From there, I was asked to be a division director. And again, I decided to stretch myself and see how can we be a true leader, giving back, trying to empower everyone that's within Toastmasters to be the best version of themselves. Now, at that point, I realized maybe I was taking on things a little bit too quick. Can we take a step back and try to deepen our understandings of Toastmasters, the foundation, the skill set, and leadership? So I became an area director again. And now this is my opportunity to be a division director again, to use my skill set from the last 6 years of being in a really strong club, being a part of a club that's trying to form, or a struggling club, and then giving back and being a true leader. I think this is an opportunity for me to be a part of our community and really raise a bunch of other leaders as area directors, presidents, vice presidents of education. I'm here to be a part of the community to make sure that we can continue what we've done with District 3 for years to come.
Ryan, your second question is, what skills do you think are important for an effective area director, and how will you foster these skills? What skills do you think are important for an effective area director, and how will you foster these skills?
First and foremost, thank you so much if you're considering being an area director. You are the most important part of Toastmasters because you're the face of the district. You're going into every single Toastmasters club in the Valley that you're in charge of, and you're representing us. You are going to be the life rep for these clubs. Now, some of the clubs in your area, they're pretty strong, and you probably won't need to be helping them so much. But one of the most important things that you can do is ask them for help. Empower them to be a part of your board so that you can go to those other clubs in your area that maybe aren't doing as well. And I think that's one of the most difficult things. We're in a volunteer organization and we're asking individuals to be vulnerable. They're taking on leadership skills that they may not be adept to take on. It may be their first 6 months ever being a Toastmaster, and they've been pushed maybe into being a president. So as an area director, we have to meet those individuals where they are. We have to be able to build relationships and rapport pretty quickly. And we have to ask really good questions. If we can ask questions, we can be empathetic, we will build a relationship where we can support that group. And if you have other teammates, the other area directors of strong clubs, or someone from your club that's a good mentor, you want to use those resources so that you can really lift up those clubs that are in an area that maybe need a little bit of help. And if you can be a strong area director, if you can go out and find volunteers and others that will help you lift the flag of Toastmasters with you.
Ryan, your final question tonight is, how will you provide feedback to your area directors? How will you provide feedback to your area directors?
I think communication is why we're all the Toastmasters. It's public speaking, interpersonal skills. Leadership's my favorite part of this though. And I think a good leader is someone who can help a team define a goal and then set action items that are aligned with a strategy to get you to that end goal. Now, in order to do this, I think you have to have a system. You have to have a regular check-in process so that you know that you're actually going to accomplish those goals. It's all about working backwards. So our first meeting together, we're going to start to think about what it looks like to have a distinguished division. From there, we're going to start to work backwards and think about what are some of the gates that we're going to have to ultimately go through so that we can get to our goals. And then after that, we'll have regular meetings. So usually I think the monthly meeting straight, we'll do one-on-ones. My phone line's always open, and whether we're texting or calling one another. I love hopping on the phones with my area directors. And I think that's why I've been able to build such amazing relationships with all of the other leaders that I've worked with in the past. And I think a real testament is we've got the Toasties coming up here in 6 months. Everyone's invited. I hope everyone's coming to this, but I decided to help put on this party, and I reached out to all the area directors and presidents and division directors that I've worked with in the past, and so many people raised their hand. They knew that we have structure, they knew that we have fun, and they also knew that we have a great communicator style that allows all of them to be successful.
Thank you, Ryan.
My pleasure. Thank you, guys.
Room.
Yeah.
Our next candidate is Chad Reed. Chad is unopposed, so he'll get one question in 2 minutes. Chad, can you give me an audio check, please?
I am here.
Yes, you are. Ready?
Okay, ready. Hi, Chad. Your
Yeah,
question is, how has your prior experience prepared you for the role of division director? How has your prior experience prepared you for the role of division director?
Thank you for that question, Amy. So I think my prior experience, the way that it's prepared me for being a division director is because of the breadth of the experience that I have. I know that when we had the nomination board before, I had talked about how I've worked across multiple districts. So I've been heavily involved with District 49, which is your home there in Honolulu, or prior home, District 11 and District 3. So I've been a key part of working with different programs, working with different things within multiple districts. So it's not just having when I think of Toastmasters, I don't just think of it as being like here in Arizona. I've seen how other districts do stuff, and I've worked with other districts in the way that they, and I know that the way that they do things. So I think having that breadth of experience across multiple districts, as well as working with multiple committees here in District 3, I think those are the things that most prepare me, give me a broad range of experience, and make me a good candidate for district director, division director of Division D. Coming at your job, Steve. And that's it.
Thank you, Chad. You're welcome to stay in the room. Our last candidate, Division E Director, Cheryl Menke. I'm sorry, Meckel. Wrong person.
Hello.
Hello, Cheryl. I can hear you and you can hear us, correct?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, Cheryl. Your question tonight is, how has your prior experience prepared you for the role of division director? How has your prior experience prepared you for the role of division director?
Thank you for that question. My prior experience is area director, and I, through this last year, have learned all the things that I will be asking of my new area directors. I also feel that I turned in all my assignments on time. Every time I was asked to have it by a deadline, I met my deadline. And I know that I was one of 5, and I know some of the other ones were not meeting their deadline. My prior experience of working with people that don't meet deadlines is also in Toastmasters and in my work life. So I've learned how to help encourage and direct, so that way they give me what I need so that I can present it when it's asked of me. Thank you.
Thank you, Cheryl. All right, I am having a freak out. All right, Zoom was flashing and freaking and my mouse isn't moving and all sorts of things, but I'm back. That concludes our candidate showcase interviews. I'd like to take a moment to thank Bobby O'Connell and Amy Bauer for their participation this evening in the question asking, as well as the rest of the district leadership committee, Lynn Brazier, Dr. Stephen Bro, Sally Diebold, Mike Herskovitz, Christy Hopper, and Bill Posker. Also, thanks to Trish Blackwelder, who got this whole thing started before she had to do some other things and hand it over to me. This recording will be available, hopefully, Steve, right? We'll get it to the webmaster, get it posted and linked. Encourage your clubs, your friends to view it and have others look at it. That concludes my business. Steve, do you have any events upcoming you want to talk about?
Yeah, we have a few things going on in the district. I'd actually defer that one over to our program quality director because we have conference coming up, and that's a biggie. And I've also seen if some of the people, if they had any questions for the candidates as well, before we got to the talking about conference and some incentives that are coming up and some events. Tom Taboni is our club growth director is involved in some events as well. So any questions for our candidates? I know how to get a room super silent, and that's one way to do it. So let's kick it over to Sarah. Sarah, please tell us about conference, because I'm actually getting very excited about it.
Not to put anybody on the spot, but I'm going to kick it over to Emmy because Emmy's on the committee.
Way to put me on the spot. Okay, so this year's conference is hybrid format on Saturday, April 27th, but prior to that is virtual only on Friday, April 26th. I would love for you to reach out to your club members and team up with 7 of them and buy a table for your entire club, or for those who are able to join. That'll give you the biggest bang for your buck per person and save you a little bit of money. And it makes me look good as the sales chair for the conference. Anyway, I'm going to encourage you to do that. You should have received a series of email messages from the district about conference, and if not, all the information is available at aztoastmasters.org. Click on events and district conference, and that'll get you to the page with all of the links to all of the information, including tickets to the conference. And Sarah's reminding me that you can also volunteer and earn a discount for yourself as well. It takes a village to run a conference, and we do encourage you to be a part of that village. There's a whole lot going on. Take a look at that conference page for the agenda. There's going to be contests, the evaluation contest and the international speech contest, the Distinguished Toastmasters ceremony, where I get to give Steve his 3rd medallion, overachiever, and we get to celebrate the achievements of other club members. There's also roundtable discussions and a whole bunch of different keynote speeches that sound really interesting. And I'm looking forward to, in particular, hearing from the historian storyteller. I want to see that one. I'm excited about that because I like to tell stories as well. Anyway, go check out the district conference page for more information. Thank you so much for putting me on the spot, Sarah. I appreciate you.
Great job, Emmy. And that is coming up very soon. So please make sure you get your tickets as soon as possible. It's going to be a great event. I'm going to be joining it in person in the room, which is always a lot of fun. Great networking experience. Get to meet our members and share. It's amazing how much I learn more about Toastmasters and how to improve club performance by just speaking with other fellow Toastmasters. I'm also going to say there's a lot of incentives for the club, so please make sure you share those as well. We do have an incentive page on the District 3 website under incentives, so check those out. And should we even talk about the DC, Mr. Holian?
About
That is coming up very soon as well. That's this Saturday, so these fine candidates will be up.
I heard something about that.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, these fine candidates, this is going to be the test of time. So come on out, show your support if you're credentialed, and you should be receiving some information from the credential team this week and last week, making sure that you are registered so you can vote, because registration to vote closes on Friday. So if you are a president, VP, or member of the DC, you will be receiving one of those emails. If you don't get one of those emails, you're not a member, or you are a member of DC, please let us know at the trio, or let myself know. I will contact the credential team. That's all we have. I want to thank all the candidates for all your hard work, stepping up to leadership and being here tonight and preparing for this evening. Thanks again, Bobby and Emmy. Wow, you guys were not pulling any punches on those questions. Those were good questions. Unbelievable. Really get to know a candidate that way. Just want to say, if that's all we have, we're going to end this, and I hope everyone has a great evening, and we will see you all in person or virtually at the conference.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.